Hello and welcome to today's Polka update video, and today I want to focus on the Polkadot Thread, which has been tweeted on the official Polkadot Twitter page. And now some of the points in the thread are actually old, so they've already happened for quite some time and you're probably aware of them, but there are some interesting ones which I want to talk about, and we'll also talk a little bit about Manta network at the end of this video as well, because they've just announced something interesting as well, so maybe you can take part in that and hopefully earn some free crypto. So let's talk about this. Now it was tweeted 8 hours ago, so let's go down and look with the first one here. Now this is in relation to Ajuna network winning the parachain slot on Polkadot. 31st one, we already knew this, so I'm not going to talk about this. Proposal has been made on Kilt to change staking rewards from an automatic distribution to a time frame selected by recipients. This would increase the network scalability and enable users to have full control over the timing for their rewards, so that's a good technical update. Now Moonbeam announces an integration with Tenderly app, allowing smart contracts engineers to simplify Web3 development flow and use essential developer tools to build impactful dApps in the Polkadot ecosystem. So once again, I'm letting you know that Moonbeam are showcasing how many integrations they're doing, how much they're working, what they're delivering in this bear market. It's absolutely amazing, and I just have to say, if we ignore the aggressive unlocks which are happening once a month, the team are doing an awesome job, right? I mean, if you're long term, you don't care, right? Just hold, stake, forget. But in terms of the development activities, it's absolutely awesome, and you're seeing so many integrations. They don't even hype, which is awesome. They just come out with a bang and just say, look, boom, we've integrated with this, we're gonna make life easier for developers going forward. And so that's great, because they're going to attract those developers eventually, especially at events like Sub0. Now, number 5, also about Moonbeam. They've announced an XCM connection between Moonriver and Robonomics, which is one of these parachains that I still haven't spoken about on my channel. I don't think I've done a dedicated video of them yet, so that's on the line. I will be preparing one of those one of these days. I'm also doing videos that get dubbed in Spanish as well on a different channel, so I'm likely going to do one for that, and of course I'll have it uploaded here as well on this channel in English. So this will allow IoT devices on the Robonomics parachain to remotely call smart contracts on Moonriver with the native security of Kusama network through XCM. So that's absolutely awesome. Of course, you will need the XRT token, financial advice, in order to operate with it. Now, Interlay announces plans to become a BTC DeFi hub and presented a new project roadmap until Q2 of 2023. Learn about the key features and updates they've been working on, including innovations coming to BTC Bridge version 2, Intronomics 2.0, and more. So again, Interlay actually have a big advantage now compared to before, because there's this project called Ren, which apparently went bust. They were also supposed to bring Bitcoin over to Polkadot. And because they're no longer in the game, that gives Interlay that first mover advantage, I would say, or not necessarily that, but like I would say they're like the only ones in the ecosystem doing it now. So we know that Chainx were supposed to do it and they've never done it, and now they're looking at other ecosystems. Now, Turn. This is one that I've actually spoken about in a previous video where I looked at parachains.info, and I told you that they're in the testing phase, and that's where we can find all these projects that want to become parachains eventually. So Turn is a smart contract solution, and that's why it caught my attention, because they're like kind of a Moonbeam and an Astar competitor, if you want to call them that. There are some differences though, and I will be talking about those when I do that dedicated video and I do more research on them. But they've announced that the project has raised $6.5 million in a strategic funding round, currently under development as a parachain. Turn has also shared their plans to go live as a Polkadot parachain in Q1 of next year. So there's still time for us before we can contribute, if you still want to contribute to the parachain auctions, of course. And that's of course if they will launch a crowd loan, because remember, it's very easy to win a parachain auction now by self-funding. We've seen that with Kusama, and I don't think it's any different on Polkadot, especially as the main ones already became parachains and they're not due to upgrade their lease until, or update their lease I should say, until October of 2023. So there's plenty of time left, and so because there's no competition, it's so easy to become a parachain on Polkadot as well. And so I'm not entirely sure if they will hold the crowd loan. We'll find out as the more details I'll get on them. I'll share them with you, of course, but they're definitely on my radar now. So the strategic sale was led by Polychain with participation from Lemniska, Figment Capital, Huobi Ventures, which pretty much tells us that they're likely to get a Huobi listing, and the D1 Ventures, which we already know of. They've invested in the Polkadot ecosystem heavily, and so yeah, they've also invested in Turn. Origin Trail announces the distribution of the Track token teleported to OT Parachain, which is underway. Now Origin Trail is one I don't think I've covered on this channel in details either. Now Sub0 completed the second milestone of the Substrate Builders program with the Sub0 beta mobile app officially released. A new update for the Sub0 extension was launched, which now supports nomination pools, which is awesome. So Baba Network on EVM, Amplitude, Kilt, Shiden, Calamari built-in staking, sending and receiving PSP22 and PSP34 tokens, importing accounts by QR code, attaching read-only accounts. That's awesome. So you can now import accounts by QR code, which makes it much faster, more secure, I would say, up to a certain point, right? But definitely easier. It definitely simplifies it. But I wouldn't say like accounts that, for example, you know, like if you want to import an account through QR code and you've got like a virus on your machine, there may be some risk there. So, you know, as long as it's not like your main wallet, which holds a lot of crypto, I guess it's okay. You know, it's just for a quick and easy import. But yeah, for the one that holds a lot of crypto, I don't know if I would do it. I don't know if I would feel comfortable personally. And BitCountry announced a new version of Metaverse Pioneer. It features an improved marketplace, NFT offers, and stackable NFTs, ERC 1155 implementation, and more. Check out what's coming, Metaverse Pioneer. So yeah, we're also waiting on the Chaos Land distribution, by the way, and for the Moon River team or the Moonbeam team to integrate the BIT token and the NEAR token or the NEAR coin as an XCM on their parachain, of course, with the XC tag in front. So we'll have to see how that plays out, when it's going to happen. I mean, I was expecting that to happen before the end of this month, so we'll see if it will happen. I don't think so. I'm assuming it's going to be sometime in December, probably, before we get that. But yeah, BitCountry announces the first iteration of the social login implemented in its Chaos Land Cup 2022 campaign. Now it's possible to create a non-custodial wallet that will be associated with your Twitter account. So I've mentioned this before, and how you can just simply connect to the BitCountry metaverse with your Twitter account. It creates a wallet for you. But if you want to be able to build there, you need to actually send NEAR to that address, of course. You can get that NEAR from KuCoin if you're interested, or Gate, not financial advice. But if you want to build there, you would have to send it, and then you would have to stake it to generate BIT. And then once you get BIT after 24 hours, you can then build something in that metaverse. So that's pretty cool because they made it easy for you. There is no withdrawal feature yet, as far as I'm aware. They're still working on that. So it's just a deposit only feature. It's basically to help you connect and interact with the metaverse. And Astar Network announced the network has reached a milestone of 6 million transactions. I've covered this already, so I'm not going to go through that. Unique token launch nested NFTs, a new concept that allows the creation of unique NFT relationships by interconnecting them in a hierarchical sequential order. This creates a new use case application in gaming, collecting, and more. So that's good. Fala Network was introduced by Intel as a software guard extension blockchain use case. Fala has entered the first halving period with an output of 540,000 Fala per 7,200 blocks. This reduces the supply of Fala rewards by 25%. So once again, it's not really a halving event. It's a halving event if you look at it from a yearly perspective, right? Maybe even more, because that would reduce it by another 25%, right? And that would be a bit more than 50 altogether, because it would be 25% of what we currently have. Yeah, this is the situation, which is good, right? Intel as a software guard. Wow, that's awesome. And Sub0, of course, the developer conference, which is underway. And that's been it. Let's talk about the next topic here. Actually, before we look at Manta, I just want to quickly flick through this short video here showing you Sub0. This is the conference here. This is how it looks. These are the speakers. Some of the speakers, look how many people there are. There's so many developers. There's Yuri from Remark. He's one of the co-founders. And then there's another guy from Remark right next to him there. I've met him at where did I meet him? Polkadot Decoded in Berlin. Let's see, who else do we have here? some developers talking here. Bill Laboon, of course, director of the Web3 Foundation. Some people from 77 Ventures as well. Gavin Wood himself, look, he changed his hair now. He's grown his hair for this conference specifically. So yeah, he's given a technical talk as well. I wish I could have gone there. I honestly didn't know that Gavin Wood is going to show up there. If I would have known, I would have gone. But yeah, I mean, that's how it is. Yeah, so I just wanted to cover that quickly. Let's move on and talk about Manta as well to close it off. So Manta have announced that they're launching the Manta Network Trusted Setup, which is open for contributions. If you go to their Twitter page, they've tweeted this like literally today. When did they tweet this? Like literally it was today that they tweeted it, a couple of hours ago. If you click on this Medium article link here, you'll find a link here with all the different steps that you need to follow. So these are all the different steps you need to follow if you want to contribute. And then after you do that, you will enter a competition as a contributor through the Glim campaign, and you could win one of the 10 KMA prizes worth $100 each. So if you are interested, check that out, of course. But that's been it from today's video. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Have a lovely day.